Is the Modern Warfare 2 campaign worth playing? We will definitely be discussing that in today's video. However, I want to let everyone know there's going to be absolutely no spoilers in today's video. So if you haven't played the campaign yet, you are safe to watch this video. Later on, I will probably go a little bit more in depth into the storyline, which I will give you ample time to click off the video. I don't want to ruin your campaign experience, trust me. Now, with that being said, let's get into it. So starting off, the fact that Infinity Ward did an early access campaign was incredible in my opinion. I think this should be standard from here on out with Call of Duty releases, because let's be real, most of us are probably here for multiplayer. Like, I'll play the campaign if I'm bored, but other than that, when I get my hands on the game at first, I don't care about campaigns. So this is kind of a way to introduce you to the game and get you acclimated with everything you're about to experience for the next year, or in this case, 2 years. Now, this is something I've actually heard some mixed reviews on, and I was kind of shocked at first, but to each their own. And that's the graphics in this game, alright? Graphics don't necessarily make a game great, but it's kind of like, let's say you get a regular cookie. I mean, great, yeah, cookies are awesome, but if you had a cookie with chocolate chips, like, that would definitely be better. That's kind of the same scenario as far as graphics go, in my opinion. They are good, they're not the entire game, if you get what I'm saying here. I mean, look at Black Ops 1, probably the worst graphics in Call of Duty history, but yet it's one of the most praised games. So graphics aren't everything, but in this game, they are definitely something, alright? I mean, you guys can see for yourself in the background just how good the graphics really are. I mean, I am on PC. I have seen some complaints about the Xbox Series S and, some older generation consoles. They're probably not going to look the greatest, but for those of you on new gen consoles, and like me, I'm on PC myself, the graphics are absolutely going to blow you away, okay? Some people say it looks like a movie, and I think that's a lie. I think it looks like real life, really. Like, I can't explain it. It's just something you gotta experience for yourself. But what good is a game that looks great if the sound isn't there? And the sound is definitely there, okay? I'm actually so excited to hook up my PC to my living room TV with the surround sound, and I'm going to act like I am in the middle of a battlefield. That's how good the sound engine and design in this game is. I mean, I was blown away. If you guys shoot guns in real life, sure, some games, like, they sound good, but the silencer's not realistic. But in this game, it's about as realistic as you can get, in my opinion. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't want to say the sound is too good, but like, when I was sitting here playing, I just have a normal gaming headset on. It actually sounded like people were talking behind me, or, things were going on around me in real life. I ain't even kidding you, there was probably 3 or 4 times I had to look over my shoulder and make sure no one was like walking up behind me or, something crazy. Still continuing on here with things I liked about the Modern Warfare 2 campaign, I'm gonna go ahead and lump some things together, but the gameplay, weapons, realism, and environments are just out of this world, dude. I mean, I don't want to say too much because you can see it for yourself and you will experience it for yourself, but this game is just next level. Like, I thought the difference between, Black Ops 4 to Modern Warfare 19 was crazy. Don't get me wrong, the game still looks and sounds good, but the jump is there, but it's drastically more improved this time, at least in my opinion. Some people might disagree with me, but I just couldn't get over how freaking realistic this game looked and felt. Now, I'm going to talk about some missions, but it's going to be in general, and there's going to be no spoilers here just yet, okay? Trust me, I will give you guys a heads up when we get to that point. One thing I really liked about this campaign was I didn't feel like there was any filler missions. Like in previous campaigns, there's going to be several levels, run up, shoot the guys, run up, shoot the guy. Like, it's just so repetitive. There's no real story, no action happening. It's just mindlessly shooting bots, basically, at the end of the day. This campaign, I didn't really get that feel. I kind of felt like every mission had a purpose, and it wasn't boring. I mean, not every mission contributed to the storyline as much as I'd like, but still, I mean, I had a good time on every single mission. I'm gonna go back and play them all again. And also, I really liked, I think it was called Clean House for Modern Warfare 2019. That's probably going to be my favorite campaign mission in the whole history of COD, okay? Don't get me wrong, there's some great missions missions out there, and I can name several of them, but the ones that really stand out to me are those ones that are thrilling, exciting, but also you have to use good judgment and decision making. Anyways, in this mission, you had to essentially raid a house where there was civilians and bad people inside of it, and like the environment is real dark and gloomy, and you're pushing into this house where you don't know what's going on, and you got to use your best judgment of when to pull the trigger and when not to. I mean, there's just so many factors that made that mission great, and when I finished the Modern Warfare 2019 campaign, I just was sitting there thinking, like, why wasn't there more missions like that in the game? We definitely got those missions here in Modern Warfare 2, and they took all of the elements that made that mission great and incorporated them into the Modern Warfare 2 campaign. I heard someone use the term "this campaign is off the rails," and what they meant by that was, let's say you're like pushing a house, right? You walk through the door, one person runs directly at you. That's the only scenario that can happen in that mission. However, in the Modern Warfare 2 campaign, there might be two doors with two different interactions, and you can take different approaches to complete these missions, and I think that's what made it so much more fun. Now let's get into the bad of the game, because this video is getting to be a little bit longer than I normally like, but that's alright. I'm very passionate about this, if you can't tell. So what's bad about the Modern Warfare 2 campaign? Some of the missions are a little bit too long, some of them are a little bit too short. The ones that are too long are just like unbearably bad, you know, like not bad missions, but you kind of like repeat the same process a few too many times, if that makes sense, and it just kind of like, it didn't ruin the experience, but it's one of those like, okay, come on, can we finish this? Can we be done and move on to the next thing already? And at least for me, I felt like there was a lot of times where the instructions on what you're supposed to do are not clear, and in fact, like I even had to look up a YouTube video of how to pass a mission because I just like stood in front of a soldier for 15 minutes and did not know what to, like, they're supposed to move normally, but this one time they didn't, I guess, like, so the instructions could use a little updating. Before I get any further into the video, I might talk about some spoilers here, so if you have not played the campaign and you do not want me to ruin it for you, I suggest you click off now. Thank you for watching. I will catch you next time, but for those of you that want to hear a little bit more in depth about the actual campaign, let's stick around and let's get into it, okay? Spoilers, possibility. I can't contain myself. I don't know what's about to come out of this mouth, all right? Sticking with the bad of the campaign, I didn't really fall in love with this storyline, and in fact, like, it was just so bare bones and cheesy in my opinion. Like, if you think about it, the whole campaign is based off of someone got a missile and it's our job to stop them. Like, that's the best you could come up with, really. Not that some dude is about to nuke an entire country or, you know, do some pretty horrific stuff, but like, dude found a missile, cool, I guess, and then we gotta stop him. Like, the storyline could have used a lot more depth in my opinion, and along with that, the character development was pretty poor in my, I didn't fall in love with any of them but Ghost and Soap and the original Modern Warfare 2 crew. But like, if you guys remember when Ghost was killed in the 2009 Modern Warfare 2 campaign, it was like emotional, you know, like you had done so much with this guy and then he gets killed off. There's nothing here, no characters got killed off, and there was no like real sense of emergency along with the story. It was just kind of bleh in my opinion, and halfway through, like, the first half is pretty, I don't want to say the missions are boring, but the story is boring. It just doesn't make sense. The development is just not there. And most importantly, the actual ending of the campaign was about as lame as it gets, really. Like, you're about to fall out of a skyscraper and you just snipe them. That's it. Like, in Modern Warfare 2 2009, you pulled a knife out of your chest and you threw it and hit General Shepard in the eye. And this one is just like, you just snipe someone like any other time in Call of Duty. Like, there was nothing special about the ending. I don't know if they ran out of time or what, but yeah, that was horrible. Anyways, this video is getting way too long now. Guys, I enjoyed the campaign. Overall, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. If they improved on all those things we just talked about, I think this could be the best campaign in the series. But overall, I would place it second or third right now. Like, don't get me wrong, it was really good and I had a great time on the game, but there's just a few areas they could have improved on in my opinion. And to answer the ultimate question of today's video, is the campaign worth playing? Absolutely. If you're buying the game, I 100% recommend playing through the whole campaign. And if you're thinking about buying the game just for the campaign, It's probably worth 60 bucks in my opinion. You can play it several times and get several different outcomes like I mentioned earlier, so I'd say it's worth a full 60 bucks. With all that being said, thank you all so much for watching today's video. I really do appreciate it. Once again, the support on the channel has been absolutely unreal. You guys are killing it. Like, we were at 12 subs less than 2 weeks ago, and here we are at 400. Unreal, dude. Unreal. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Subscribe if you are new. Leave a like if you enjoyed the content. I will catch you guys next time. Later.